So this video I want to basically go over how I draw a body, the human form. It's something that I need to improve on, so I just want to get my way of doing it and just hoping that any feedback in the comments how they would approach it would be any different. So yeah, here we go. Firstly, what I like to do is to draw the head. And this can get me caught up because the scale might be wrong for the body, but we'll go from here. Then I like to try and get the gesture, doing some shapes, a rough gesture, basic what I call anchor points. So you got your shoulders, you have your breast area, elbows, hands also. So yeah, so you can see that clear on the camera, I'm sure you can. That's my step one. So my step two is getting the gist of the form, so filling out the form. So I'll do that hopefully. So I'll get the neck in. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to look how everything fits in together, how it corresponds to the other one. So, for example, this shoulder I'm doing now is slightly more raised and inwards than this one. The next thing I look at is a correlation of, I don't know what you call it, like a line. So I'll put it on the image to the side, but as we see it now, there's a line here. And the neck line lines pretty much up with this line here. Maybe it's out a few, but pretty much, like roughly. And from here, I want to get this negative space. So this bit here, I'll highlight on the thing and try and get that down. It's very important. And you can see these points here, the angle that they are, so it's like a diamond. So essentially, I'm drawing a diamond. So see it, diamond. And it's the same with this side. So this side isn't lined up with the neck that much. Neither is some of these features that probably need to be a bit widened. Again, this is going to be perfect. This is just how I generally do it. So I'm always going back and forward towards points of reference. So we come down, and then so this arm here, where does it line up? It lines up perfectly with this corner here. Now there's always going to be micro adjustments that will need work. Again, there's a triangle here, negative space, that I'm also looking for. Okay, and then from here, you can get the belly button, which is here, where this arm shoots down, and there's the belly button. And we can also apply this to the breasts as well. Just looking where they connect. Not perfectly in a minute, but it's just about getting the correct form down. So here is where you see the start of the hips. You got your belly button, and you can just put this hand in here as well. Just a quick little shape, just to get that in. And that is greatly exaggerated here. Actually, I had to do this on first. There we go. What we don't want to do is to stick this hip out a lot. So like that. This is an example. Because, oh, drop my rubber. What we don't want to do is push the hips past this point of reference here. In fact, if we draw another line, let me just do it on my reference photo. It barely comes to this point here. The next thing is the groin, and that is basically a continuation of this line down here. There's not much of a reference point apart from here. So roughly here, I'd put the groin. And the same, the negative space also applies down here. So you don't have to, I really don't even think about it. So there's a triangle, you've got your knees, got your thigh here, got your thigh here, continue there, continue there. And again, you want to try, well I try, to draw the negative space. It's a weird shape here. So I'm going to try and match that shape to the obviously that shape here. And for me, it's all about the reference points. Now this isn't going to be accurate because unfortunately if one reference point is off, you're going to get it skewed differently. And this is the main problem I have with this. But this is all rough. Again, it's also measurements is important. So how far away is the legs? So the legs to me at the minute a bit short. So how I do this is on my reference, I'll take one measurement from somewhere with my pencil like that and then measure it again. So I'll take a measurement from the reference photo. So bear with me. So where do we want it? Let's go collarbone to groin. And then groin to shin apparently. So collarbone to groin, and then it's going to get a reach at shin. So that's where my shins are. So my feet, judging by that, needs to be a bit lower. Yeah, rough feet. Okay, and that's the basis of my foundations now. And then it's all about micro adjusting. Literally just noticed you can't see the feet, so that was irrelevant. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Okay. Put the feet off, but it doesn't matter. So everything looks reasonable. There's a bit of issue here I can see, but we can change that. So what then I like to do is, now you've got the foundation, is just to erase some of these guidelines now. You can keep them in, Again, this isn't a finished piece, this is just practice. But I like to soften everything down and have it there in the background, just slightly visible. And then what I'm going to do is slowly go over it, still measuring up each individual reference point, and hopefully we have a decent drawing. I won't probably do any shading or anything, but this one is more for refining like little bits of muscle, rib cage, stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just shut up and get on with this, and I'll talk to you after. Okay, so that's the gist of it. It could be more refined, but this is just an example. But how long does this take? About 15 minutes from start to finish. It's not the most accurate, but for 15 minutes, it's a very good starting point. There's so many micro adjustments, measuring. So one way I'll do it, if I'm in a serious mood and actually want accuracy rather than getting the old well, the overall form and look of it is just a compass or anything really, and you can take measurements, and then obviously you can do your 7.5 heads, whatever it is, measure the width, like how many heads will go into the chest kind of thing, like is the head of the head the same width as the chest. I'm just going to check that now, just out of curiosity. It's about the same, so I'm a tiny bit off. This problem with accuracy, it takes a lot of time, and it's something I'm not a massive fan of unless I'm doing the final piece. So it's off by that much there. I'm not bothered about it. This is just a demonstration, and I generally won't be bothered about it anyway. And then what you can do as well is just put in a bit of the shadows if you really wanted to, which is just quickly. I like blocking some shadows just to get a bit more depth. Again, it's nothing pretty. Don't have to be, but it does add a bit of depth to it. Again, I'll just have to brush through this last stage. It probably won't look good on camera. It certainly doesn't look good on this. But generally, that's how I go about doing it. If there's any better ways, any methods that I need to look, any books or any other artists anyone can reference, I'll look forward to hearing about those. So the major things off the bat, that we've sold down here, is the feet. So what I did was not take this angle, so this needs to be more exaggerated this way. See that at the bottom? That one's alright, but I could have done that with negative space and measuring again. Measuring the differences, like how much of that gap fits into this gap. So on my reference, it's nearly 2. On here, it's about the same, just a bit off. Let's see, is that the widest point I'm looking at? Yeah, widest point. So yeah, it's a little bit off. And that's it. That's how I go drawing the uniform. I hope this helped for people starting out. But yeah, I'm looking for more. If anyone has any, like I said, any books, any other YouTubers I could look at that have a better understanding, and I would love to see how they do it. I've looked at a few, but yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Just a quick little guide of how I do things currently, and hope to progress and do more work around this area. Anyway, take care. Goodbye.